Manually handling the leave management system in business is a very time consuming and hectic part. So in this video, I'll give you the solution to all your problems. In this video, we are going to create two separate workflows. First workflow is going to work like you have created a form. With the form, the employees are going to apply their leave, and as the leave is going to be applied, the data will be automatically added in Google Sheets first, and as the data will be added in Google Sheets, automatically also to the HR, a notification is going to be forwarded. Hello HR team, a newly request has been added to Google Sheets with the name of the employee, details you can see right over here, okay? And it will say please review and update the status, approve or rejected in Google Sheets, okay? So this is how the first workflow is going to work. It is going to collect the data of the form submission, add it into Google Sheets, send a WhatsApp message, and also what is going to happen to the HR team, an email is also going to be shared, new leave request submitted, hello HR team. So if they will not check their WhatsApp, they will check their mail, the HR team, and then they will approve or disapprove the leave, okay? So now this is all going to be done with the first workflow that we'll create. Now in the second workflow, let's suppose in Google Sheets, the status of this employee leaves has been selected approved or rejected. Any option can be selected by the HR. So if they'll select any of the options, according to the option selected, approved or rejected, the emails are going to be forwarded towards the employee. So let's suppose the answer is rejected. So they'll receive your leave request has been rejected. Leave request rejected. Hi new user, you can see over here the reject email is going to be forwarded. And if the email has been approved, they will receive leave request approved. You can see the approved email is going to be forwarded, okay? So now this second workflow is going to work like that. We'll get the data approved, rejected, updated status from Google Sheets, and automatically according to the status, the employee who have applied the leave will receive the email as soon as the status is updated in Google Sheets, okay? So this is how you will automate your entire leave management system. First of all, let me show you with a live example of how these two automations are going to work in real time, okay? I'll do the form submission as an employee right now. So this is the employee leave request form, okay? I will enter the details. For the employee name, let's suppose I'll write it as demo person, okay? After that, for the employee ID, let's suppose I will write over here as HRABCD123, okay? For the employee ID, email address, for the employee email address, I'll write it as demo@pabblytudes.com. Next, it is asking for the phone number, for which I will enter a dummy mobile number right here. After that, it is asking for the department, from which department I am from the sales department. So I'll select it. Leave type, I want the casual leave over here. Over here, start date of my leave is going to be from 29th, and my end dates, I'll apply it, and my end date over here is going to be, let's suppose 2nd, okay, 2nd of December, I'll apply it, okay. So over here, I've applied the leave. So for the total number of days, I'm on the leave for 4 days. So I'll select 4 right over here. For the reason, I'll write over here as family event is the reason, okay. I'll click on this submit button, and as soon as I've clicked on submit, it says the message has been received successfully. As now the form submission has been done, over here I will open my WhatsApp and check whether I've received the notification or not. And yes, as an HR, I have received the notification. Hello HR team, a new leave request has been added to Google Sheets. Employee name demo person, employee ID is mentioned, department sales department. You can see the leave date is from 29/11/2025 to 2nd of 12th, that is December 2025. Reason is family event, okay. Please review and update the status. And as I've received this, let me open my Gmail account and check whether I have received the email or not. And yes, you can see new leave request submitted. I've received the email. With that, in my Google Sheets also, you will find the data entry has been done, okay. You can see the ID, name demo person, email demo@pabblytudes.com. Department is sales department. Leave type is casual. Start date of leave is 29/11/2025. 2nd of December 2025, end day of leave. Number of days, 4 days, okay. And you can see the reason is family event, okay. I want to approve this leave request, so I will select the status over here as approved. As soon as the status of the spreadsheet has been updated as approved, I will open my email and check whether I have received the approved email or not, okay, as an employee. So let me go back. And yes, you will see I've received the email. Your leave has been approved. Leave request approved for demo person. Leave type was casual. You can see from an end date is given. Total number of days was 4. Reason was family event. Okay. So you can see right over here, this leave has been approved, and as soon as I've done that, automatically the email is also forwarded to the same employee. If I'll show you, you can see right away it's to demo@pabblytudes.com. This was the email address. You can see that was entered in our Google Sheet. So this is how this amazing entire automation is going to work in real time. And now in this video, let's learn the step-by-step process of how you can create both of these automations for your business as well. So simply what you need to do is open a new tab and browse www.pabbly.com/connect. And Pabbly Connect's landing page is going to appear in front of you. If you're a new user, you do not have an account with us, sign up for free from here and get 100 free tasks every month to explore more features of Pabbly Connect. But if you're an existing user, just like I am, directly sign into your Pabbly Connect account from here. Now over here you will see the All Pabbly Apps section where you will see all the applications that Pabbly provides. As I want to use Pabbly Connect, I will click on this Access Now button right here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. Before we dive into the creation of this automation, I want to talk about Pabbly Community. Now Pabbly Community is a space where you can find real-time updates on Pabbly. In this space you can get help not just from our team members but also the fellow users. Over here you can share your ideas, feedbacks and find amazing automation tips for your business. So go ahead and join our Pabbly community today itself. For that you will find the link of our community in the description section below. Okay, so right over here on the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, to create a new automation you have to create a workflow. For that, click on this Create Workflow button. If you want your workflow to be more modern, faster and flexible, select the new beta method version. But if you want stable and familiar approach, select the classic version. I will select the new beta method version from here. And firstly, we have to name our workflow right here. So what's my first workflow about? It's about notifying the HR that a leave has been applied, with that adding the data in Google Sheets. So for the name of this workflow, I will give over here as, so this is the name of my workflow, Automate HR Leave Alerts, Google Forms to WhatsApp and Gmail notification. Okay, so I've added the name right over here. For the folder, these are the folders from which I'll select the workflows folder and click on this Create button. The workflow is going to be created inside my Pabbly Connect account. Okay. So now firstly it is asking for us to add a trigger. Inside Pabbly Connect workflows there are two major steps, trigger and action. Trigger gives the commands and action follows the steps simultaneously. That is why there is only one trigger but multiple action. Okay, I will add my trigger step right over here, in which for the trigger application what I will do is I'll select the form builder using which I have created the form right here. I have created the form using Pabbly Form Builder. If you want, you can use any other form builder application like Elementor, Typeform, any other form application you want to create the leave request form. Okay, I have created one using Pabbly Form Builder, and my event is going to be new form submission, as I want to capture the response of the new leave request form submission. Okay, then click on this Connect button. Then you will see Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Using the unique webhook URL and by following the steps given here below in the help desk, we are going to create the connection between Pabbly Form Builder and Pabbly Connect. Copy this URL from here and log into your Pabbly Form Builder account. Okay. After coming to your Pabbly Form Builder account, this is the leave request form that I have created. We'll connect this form to Pabbly Connect. For that, simply go to Integration section over here from the left side of the panel and go to Webhooks. Click on this Create Webhook button right over here and add the webhook URL simply. Okay, and click on this Save button. As soon as you will do that, you will see the webhook URL is successfully added inside my Pabbly Form Builder account. This is how you simply build the connection. It's not that difficult at all. Okay. So now as we have done that, as we have added the webhook URL inside Pabbly Form Builder, now what I'm going to do is I'll go back to my workflow and it says waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Pabbly Form Builder is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what we are going to do is we are going to simply do a new form submission using Pabbly Form Builder and check whether automatically the trigger inside Pabbly Connect captures the response of this form submission being done or not. Okay, so I'll click on this share button right over here. Copy this link from here and open it on a new tab right now. So this is my employee leave request form. Now let us apply the leave. For the employee name, let's suppose I'll write it as dummy user. Okay. For the employee ID, I'll enter a dummy ID right over here. HRABCD242. Okay, for the employee email, I'll write over here as dummy@pabblytudes.com. Next, it is asking for my phone number, for which I'll enter a dummy mobile number right here. After that, for the department, I'll select the operations department. Leave type, I want unpaid leave. Starting from, I want the leave, let's suppose from 1st of December to 6th of December, okay? 6th of December I'll apply, okay? Okay, so total number of days are 6 days of the leave. Reason for the leave, going out of town for vacation, okay? So after entering all the details, I'll click on this submit button. It says a message request, your message has been received successfully. That means now the form submission is done. Let me open my workflow and you will see the response has been captured in the trigger. If I'll scroll down right over here, you can see the reason for the leave is going out of town for vacation. This was the start date. You can see total number of days is 6, and you can see right over here leave type unpaid. You can see the phone number, end of the date, name dummy user, the employee ID, employee email dummy@pabblytudes.com, department operations department. So as now you can see right over here, the response has been captured in my trigger. Pabbly Form Builder is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now let us send this data from Pabbly Form Builder to where? Google Sheets, to keep a systematic record right here, okay? For adding data, add an action step, in which for the action application, select over here as what? Google Sheets. Event is going to be add new row, then click on this connect button. If you want, you can select the existing connection from before. I'll tell you how you can add a new one. For that, click on this sign in with Google button. Then it is asking for us to choose an account that we want to connect to Pabbly Connect. This is the account, I'll select it. Then it is asking for the access of the account, for which I'll click on this allow button, as this is a safe process and my data is completely safe with Pabbly Connect. Firstly, we need to select the spreadsheet that we want to connect to Pabbly Connect. The spreadsheet name is employee leave request form responses. As I've captured all the responses right here, that's why I've named the spreadsheet like this. So I'll select the spreadsheet from the drop down, the same one. Sheet will be sheet 1. You can see right over here, sheet 1, okay? After that, it is asking for the employee ID, name. These are the headers that I've created in the spreadsheet. You can see right over here. And under the headers, I want to keep the record of all my employees and the leave request data, okay? Now for the data of these fields, I'll map the data. Mapping is inserting data from the previous step. Click on this field, previous step is going to appear, click on it. This is the response of the leave request form submission, and as we want to create the record of this form submission, we'll select the data from the previous response right here. Employee ID, this is the ID I'll select it from my previous response. Now as I've selected this data from the previous response, the data in this field has been what? Mapped. And as we have mapped this data, the data has now become what? Dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in this previous step, automatically the new data will be updated in place of this mapped data, okay? In the similar manner, I will map in all the other details like the name, email and other things right over here in front of you. Let me map one by one. It is asking for the department. I'll map the date of the department. I'll search for the type right over here, the leave type. Start, so I'll search for the start, map it. Then it is asking for the end of the leave. So I'm going to map the date of the end right here. Total number of days for the leave. So I'll map the date of the total right over here. Then it is asking for the reason, okay? Now after adding the reason, there is another field of status right over here. The status is going to be entered by the HR team. So I'll leave this field blank and simply click on this save and send test request button. As I've done that, I've received this response, which is a positive response, and in my Google Sheets you will find the record has been created successfully of the same employee. You can see right over here. Unpaid leave, the same days, the number of day and the reason, okay? So as now you can see right over here, the record has been created. Google Sheets is also connected. Now what I want is, I want to send a notification to my HR. I want to send two types of notification, a WhatsApp message notification as well as an email notification. Okay. So firstly, we are going to send the WhatsApp message notification. I manage all the WhatsApp conversations of my business using Pabbly Chat Flow. Okay, using Pabbly Chat Flow, I manage all the conversations, all the WhatsApp conversations that occurs in my business. And using Pabbly Chat Flow, I have created this message template. You can see right over here, using which we'll send the notification towards our HR team member. Okay, our team, the head of the team of my HR, I'll send her a notification that a leave has been requested by the employee, and with that I will send the employee details and the leave details as well. Okay, So now if you want to learn how you can set up your Pabbly Chartflow account, what are the features of Pabbly Chartflow, all in brief, you can check out all the videos in the description section below. We have added all the links of how you can set up your account, what is all types of features of Pabbly Chartflow, how you can create a template. Everything is well explained in every single video, okay? So now go ahead and watch all the videos, okay? So now let's use this template in order to send the WhatsApp message to our HR team. Add an action step in Pabbly Connect workflow. Action application is going to be Pabbly Chartflow and the event is going to be send template message. Click on this connect button. If you want, you can select the existing connection from before. I will add a new one. For that, we need to provide the token of our Pabbly Chartflow account. To have the token, go back to your Pabbly Chartflow account. From the panel, go towards settings and from settings, go to API and webhook. Okay, this is the API key. Generate the token from here. Then you have to copy this token from here and paste over here in the field. And as you will do that, click on the save button. The connection is done. Okay, this is how easy it is to build the connection between Pabbly Chartflow and Pabbly Connect. After creating the connection, firstly it is asking for us to enter the recipient phone number. So for the recipient phone number, I will enter my HR's phone number. So let's suppose I am in HR right now, so I will enter my WhatsApp number to check whether I've received the notification or not. So you have to enter your HR's phone number in this place. Okay, after entering the phone number, next is we have to select the template name. I have created a template. Let me show you in the name of new leave notification. So let me select the template over here as what? New leave notification from the drop down. For the header type in this template that I've created, there is no headers. If you don't have any header, toggle the button on and erase the existing type from here. If you have a header type, you have to select it right over here. But if you don't have a header type, you do not need to select anything from the drop down. Just leave this field blank. Okay. Next, it is asking for all the other details which I do not want. So I'll simply skip the part and forward to the first parameter. You can see enter the body parameter 1. Now, what are these parameters right here? You can see there are 6 parameters. These are the variables I've added over here in this template. Variable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. First is for the name of the employee, second is ID, third is department, start and end date are 4th and 5th, and 6th is the reason of the leave application. Okay. Now, as I wanted to enter the data of the form submission in these fields to just notify the HR of what are the reason, who is the employee, for that I've created the variable inside this template. In front of the variable and on the end of the variable, I've added 2 curly brackets and I've entered this first variable. So number is 1. That creates a variable, and in place of this 1, we can enter the value whatever we want according to our requirement. So this is how you will see all your variables that you have created inside your template. My first variable is employee name. So I will map the data of the employee name right over here. Second is ID. So I'll map the data of the ID that I've received right here, employee ID. Next is department. So I'll search for the department and map the data. Next, it is asking for the start date. So I'll map the data of the start date right here. End date. I'll map the data of the end date that I've received. And then it is asking for the reason. So I'll map the data of the reason that I've received right here. Okay. After entering all the details, this is how you enter the parameters, that's your variables values. Next, it is asking for the name for the contact. So for the name, I'll map the data of the name right over here. So this is the name. Okay. Opt in. Yes, I want to opt this employee in. Incoming block. No, there is no incoming block. If you want to add the tags or remove the tags or add the attribute name and values, you can definitely do that. I do not want that, so I'll simply skip the part and simply click on the save and send test request button. As I've done that, I've received the status as success and the message as message sent. That's a positive response. And on my WhatsApp, you can see I've received the notification. Hello HR team, new leave request has been added to Google Sheets. Employee name, dummy user, the same ID, operations department. You can see the date. Reason was going out of town for vacation. Okay. Please review and update the status. Okay. A WhatsApp notification has been forwarded towards the HR. What if they don't check their WhatsApp? Instead of that, they check their emails. For that, simply you have to add an action step in this workflow. And from action application, I'll select over here as what? Gmail. Event is going to be sent email because now we're going to notify our HR team with an email. Okay, then click on this connect button. If you want, you can create a connection. Like I've already told you how you can build a new connection. You have to follow the same steps. I will select the existing one from here and click on this save button. Firstly, I have to select the sender's name. For the sender's name over here, I will write it as leave management system is the sender's name. For the email address, we have to select the email address from which we are forwarding the emails to. So this is my email address. I will select select it. Next, it is asking for the recipient email address to whom I want to send an email to. I want to send an email to my HR team. So I'll write over here as hr@pabblytudes.com. Okay. Now next over here it is asking for CC and the BCC, which I do not want, so I'll skip the part. Also I'll skip the part for reply to. For the email subject over here the subject and the content is going to notify the HR that a new leave request form submission has been done by so and so for so and so reasons. So I'll enter the subject and the content both right over here. New leave entry added in leave management sheet. Okay, now it is asking for the content. I've written the content in HTML format. I wanted to create a clean body and a very good Gmail body, so that is why I've entered the HTML format right over here. You can simply add a simple format as well, and if you want to send the emails. Okay, so now over here in this email I have to map in some details like the employee name right here. So I will search for the name over here and map the data of the employee name. In this similar manner over here it is asking for the employee ID, so I'll search for the ID right over here and map the data of the ID. Then it is asking for the department, so I'll map the data of the department that I've received in this step. So the department, I'll map the data. Then it is asking for the employee email, so I'm going to search for the email right over here and map the data of the email that I've received. Then it is asking for the leave type, so for the leave type I will map the data of the leave type right over here, map the data. Okay, start date, I'll map the data of the start date that I've received, map it. And for the end date, again I'll map the date of the end date that I've received. Similarly over here, total number of days and reasons, so I'll map the data for both of the details. So I've entered all the details. You can see right over here I've filled in all the details. After entering that, my content type is HTML, so I'll select over here HTML. If you've written the plain email, select plain right over here. Okay, labels, where do I want to save the email, the email that I'm sending as a business owner? Where can I send this, save this? Sorry, I want to save this under the label important right here. You can create your own label inside a Gmail account and select it. Okay, now it is asking for file names, attachment URL, and signature HTML, which I do not want, so I'll simply skip the part and click on this save and send test request button. As soon as I've done that, I've received this response in which I've received the ID, that is a positive response. And on my Gmail account, if I'll go back, you will see right over here I have received this email successfully. New leave request submitted. Hello HR team, a new leave request has been submitted. You can see right over here same details, dummy user, the operations department, email. You can see the type, from, to, total number of date, and the same reason. Okay, so the notification has also been forwarded on the HR's Gmail account. So now our first automation is completed. How? Form submission is done, added the data in Google Sheets, informed the HR through WhatsApp message and Gmail. So now as our first automation creation is done, go to this dashboard section. Now let's create our another automation. Click on this create workflow button. I'll select the new beta method version again, and now I'll name my workflow over here as auto email employees when leave is approved or rejected. Okay, so this is just a demo name I've given. For the folder, these are the folders. I'll select the workflows folder and create my second workflow. Now over here my trigger is going to be what? My trigger is going to be Google Sheets. As the data has been added over here, you can see in Google Sheets. Now what I want is that as soon as by the HR this review of this leave request is going to be done, and as soon as they are going to select any of the status from here, automatically what should happen? Towards that employee who applied the leave, according to the status selected, whether rejected or approved, the emails should be forwarded. So now for that we are setting up our another workflow. For the trigger, I will select over here Google Sheets. Event is going to be new or updated spreadsheet row. As I want to capture the response of this updated spreadsheet, the status, that is why we are selecting that event. Okay, then simply click on this connect button. Now it is asking for the webhook URL. Now you can see Pabbly Connect has provided us with the webhook URL. Using this URL, we are going to create the connection again. Copy this URL, open your spreadsheet. From the panel, go to extensions, add-ons, and get add-ons option. This window is going to appear in front of you, on which you will receive the search apps bar, on which you have to search for what? Pabbly Connect webhooks. Okay. As you have installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, we are going to move forward. But if you have not installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, please do install it so that you can create the connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets. After installing, go back. Now you have to refresh the spreadsheet from here after installing, okay? Now after refreshing, go back to extensions and you will see the option Pabbly Connect webhooks, and from the drop down you need to select initial setup option from here. Then initial setup dialog box is going to appear in front of you, on which it is asking for the webhook URL and the trigger column. For the webhook URL, you have to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us, and the trigger column says the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that raw data will be sent to the webhook URL. So let me go back. In the spreadsheet, my trigger column is going to be what? Column J. Because as soon as the status is added in this spreadsheet, I want to send the entire rows data from A to J towards the webhook URL that we have received on Pabbly Connect. Okay. So now go to extensions again and select the trigger column over here as column J and click on this submit button. After clicking on the submit button, it says setup configured successfully. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to go back, and then simply what you need to do is follow another one very important step that I'm telling. That is, from the drop down under Pabbly Connect webhooks, click on the send on event option. It is mandatory to click on send on event because as soon as you are going to enter the new data, that means you are going to change the status of the leave approval request from here. Automatically this workflow is going to instantly send that data towards Pabbly Connect webhook. Okay, so that is why it is mandatory to click on the send on event option. Okay, if you're going to go back, you can see it says waiting for webhook response. So let me change the status of this leave request from here and then check whether automatically I have received the response over here in my trigger. Okay, so let's suppose I've selected approved once, so I'll select rejected now. Okay, as I've selected rejected over here, let me go back to my workflow. It will take few seconds for the response to arrive over here in the trigger, so you have to wait. And in front of you will see I've received this response. The status comes over here as rejected, and this is the exact same employee's data. Dummy user, the same email address, department, you can see everything is right here. Okay, so as now the response has been captured over here in the trigger, Google Sheets is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now what we are going to do is we are going to notify our employee whether the leave request has been rejected or been approved. So now as there is a condition, rejected or approved, and according to the status, we have to send the emails. What we can do is we can use this amazing feature by Pabbly Connect, that is router. Add an action step and select over here as router, because using router, you can run this workflow in two different conditions. After adding the router, filters are going to be added automatically. We are going to set up our filter right over here. Click on this connect button. For the label, you have to select the label of the status right over here, because according to the status, emails are going to be forwarded. So if the status, the label is going to be just the status right here. So if the status is going to be equal to what we are firstly writing the status for rejected. Status equals to rejected. Click on the save and send test request button. The success, you can see status success, messages condition is true. Okay. So now we are going to send the email to the employee according to the status, that is what? Rejected. So add an action step in which for the action application, Gmail is going to be the action application. Event is going to be send email. Click on this connect button. Okay. Now over here, if you want, you can add a new connection. I will select the existing one. For that, click on the save button. Now again, we have to enter the sender's name. Now the sender's name is going to be what? HR team, because HR team is sending the approval or the disapproval of the leave request. Okay, this is the email address through which the email is going to be forwarded. Next, it is asking for the recipient email address. For the recipient email address, I'll map the data of the email address of this employee as I want to notify this employee. Okay, if you want, you can enter the CC, BCC or the reply to. I do not want that, so I'll simply skip the part. I'll enter the subject and the content for the leave being disapproved, that is rejected. Okay, so let me enter the details right here. Subject is your leave request has been rejected, and you can see right over here, this is the reject email. In this email, I have to enter a few details, so I'll map in all the details and show you the entire email. So you can see right over here, this is the email. I've entered all the required details. Okay, content type is going to be HTML. Labels, I'll select the important label. I do not require any other fields. Simply click on this save and send test request button. I've again received the ID, and on my Gmail account you will see I have received the your leave has been rejected email. You can see it has been rejected. Okay, so now this email has been forwarded. Now in the similar manner I will set up my leave approved setup right over here. Filter, again my label is going to be the status, where it is going to be equal to what? Approved. So I'll write over here as leave status is going to be equal to approved. Then this workflow should work. But remember, the status currently is rejected. That is why I've received the error and the condition is false right here. Okay, but when the status is going to be equal to approved, it will come success and condition is true. Now next is, let us send a Gmail right now. Okay, over here my action application is going to be again Gmail. Event is going to be send email. Click on this connect button right over here. If you want, you can add a new connection. I will do that. Next it is asking for the sender's name again, which is going to be HR team. The same email address for the recipient email address. I'll map the date of the email address right over here. CC BCC reply to, I'll skip the part. I'll just simply change the subject and the content right over here for the approved email. And you can see right over here, this is the body. I will enter all the details, map in all the details right here. I've entered all the details. Content type is going to be HTML. Label is going to be important. I do not require other things. I'll click on the save and send test request button. I have received the ID again. You can see right over here. If you want, instead of just clicking on the save and send test request, sending a test request, you can just save your entire flow from here. This entire step is going to be saved instead of sending the test request. I just wanted to show you how the email is going to be. That's why I've done that. Okay, and you will see I've received the email. Your leave has been approved, and you can see right over here the approved email is been forwarded towards the employee again. Okay, so now the automation setup is completed for both of my things. First, to enter the data in Google Sheets as well as notify the HR that a new leave request has been added. And second, to notify the employee if added the leave request, whether the request has been approved or rejected by the HR team. Okay, so this is how you automate your entire leave request system in your business, and now you do not need to worry at all. This was a simple creation. Just create this workflow once and your leave management system is automated for all. Okay, so go ahead and create this amazing automation for your business. If you want the link of both of the template of the workflows, if you have some difficulties, you can find the shareable workflow links, both of them, in the description section below. I've added both of the workflow links in the description section. Go ahead and check it out. Okay, if you have any questions or doubts related to the workflow that I have created, both of the workflows in this video, you can ask us all the questions in the comment section below and we will reply to you as soon as possible. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not only this automation, you can create multiple other automations using Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions or need support, you can email us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask us queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can check out this link. Please do like, subscribe and comment down below if you have any other ideas for us to create a video on. Thank you so much for watching.